God damn it, I want to make a video. The curse of smartphones in cinemas near you. What is up, guys, and welcome to the second part of the video that is split into two videos for some reason. I don't even know why, but the last one was like, I recorded for like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have to cut that down to 10 minutes. So I'm still excited about this mug. You giving me an attitude? You better calm yourself. I'm talking to my computer, by the way. I don't have a dog. I'm a sad human being. As you probably have seen the other video, I have said I have a tale for you guys, and this tale goes back actually 2 days. Friday. So it was Friday and I got up at like 2 p.m. and then I went to do a whole lot of shit. So I was really busy and I was really drained of energy. So I came back and my mom was there, so I was awake for longer, and to make a long story short, I stayed up the whole fucking night. My intention was like, I always need to plan my next morning and stuff in the evening before. So I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go get some groceries and stuff for Christmas and stuff that I needed, because I can't buy it over Christmas, and just, you know, supplies and stuff. So I got up at the store was open at 7:30 and I was in the store at 7:30, and then I got back, and at 9 Gamestop would open. So I got home, I ate some coffee, I drank some baked goods, and then I went to the bus. And let me tell you, I did not expect what happened. So you see that coat over there? Like, that is like a military type of coat thing. Like, it goes down to my feet, and I actually really like this because it's winter and you have this protection around your legs from the wind and stuff, and it's really cool, and you can feel like a boss when the wind comes, and like you look like a fucking, I don't know, Final Fantasy character out in this bitch, and I really like it. So I put that on, also because it was cold as balls. So I went into the bus and I got my ticket, and I just stood there. I didn't care for sitting. Actually, I was just like, at that point I was like awake for 18 hours, 19 hours, something like that. So I was pretty beat up. Like, I was pretty shitty at that moment. So I stand there and I listen to music. Like, whenever I go out, I'll be listening to music because music is something that soothes me, and then I don't have to deal with the bullshit that is the reality of the outer world, which most of you probably know, because most people resort to listening to music when they go out or stuff. I listen more music than I watch videos because I really I get sick real easily when driving and watching something, even if it's like the train or something. It could be the steadiest bus, but I'll get like sick and I'll vomit, and it'll not be pretty. I stand there and this this old man with his, I don't know, wife. It was an old man and his wife, so I assumed, I don't know. And he tapped me on the shoulder, like he was like across me diagonally, and he tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, yeah, excuse me. Well, he said excuse me, and I said, yeah, what can I do for you? And he was like, you know, I really like that coat. I really like that coat. I was like, Thank you. Yeah, I really like it too. It's like long, and you can't find these though. God damn it! I need to put this in because I hear myself, but only on this ear, so that's awful. So you can't buy these kind of coats anymore, like in normal stores, because they just don't exist anymore. Like the long coats that go to the floor. He's like, yeah, I have coats like that too. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So he goes on about where I bought this coat. I'm like, there's this site called EMP where I bought it off that has like lots of merchandise and punk and goth style things, but more so like merchandise of bands and movies and games and stuff. It's actually international. Maybe you might be able to buy some from there, I don't know, but it's also here in Switzerland. So I told him, yeah, it's from there. And up until this point, it was a normal conversation. Like I was thrilled. I didn't expect to get socially active, so I was kind of happy about that. Also, I was internally dying of sleep deprivation, but that's another thing. So then he started like, yeah, I really like this long skirts. And I'm like, sir, that's not a skirt. Or at least that's what I thought in my mind. So I'm like, that's not a skirt. I mean, it's a coat. That's not a skirt. Like, that's not a skirt, is it? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, am I wearing girls' clothes? Do I look like a girl to you? And then he starts like, yeah, I have this other site too. Like, I don't know what it was, but he told me a site where he buys his skirts off. So he told me about how he liked skirts and like Scottish like kilts and stuff, and I was a bit weirded out. I was like, okay, kilts are okay, but then he went on about like skirts, like normal girl skirts. Does this man wear skirts? Like, he's an old man. You can see, like, he's one of these typical old men with gray hair and stuff. And his wife just didn't say anything. She was just there like, it's my man. She didn't say that. She just looked like it. So then I started to get like a bit freaked out because he wouldn't shut up. Usually when I'm in the bus, I'm like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, have a nice day. Put that back in, and music. But no, this man wanted to talk to me so badly, he did not shut up. And at this point I was like, God damn it, I just want to go to Gamestop and grab my shit and go home and sleep for the whole fucking day. Please just leave me alone, sir. At this point, I notice that he is acting weird. Like he's like this finicky guy that's like this. But I was kind of freaked out, but I knew like there was his wife or a friend or whatever. She was like as old as him, so I assumed it was his wife. And he was like this, and he started looking around like some kind of paranoid guy. And then he started like, yeah, you know, men are being oppressed these days. Oh God, you know, men that wear suits, they don't even know that they're like being controlled. They can't choose anything for themselves. They are being controlled by the government. And men are being controlled and men being oppressed. I was like, oh my God, am I being invited into a cult? He went on about this for like, it was like a 20-minute ride, and I got in, and in the first 2 minutes he started talking to me, and then like 15 minutes he was like, yeah, and also like, I think men should wear skirts. Men are equally as females are female. And I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. And then he starts like, yeah, we're being brainwashed, and you know, like from the First World War on. It started with the suits, and now these days you can't find any skirts for a man in the fucking in a shop. And this all started because of this coat. And then he starts like getting conspiracy theory, kind of like starting to talk about this and how we're being watched and stuff like that. And his wife, I was like looking at him and looking at his wife, and his wife was like this, like looking out of the window. So this man's crazy. He has lost his marbles. This man has been slapped by a turkey udder in the face by noon. And I don't even know. So thankfully, like 2 stops before I needed to go out, the guy got out. And his wife and his woman, whatever she is, they got out. I was like, Merry Christmas to you, sir. I hope I never see you again. Right? Wrong. I went to Gamestop and I bought all these lovely goodies that you saw in the last video, and I was really happy. And I almost stopped at Starbucks because I thought I might, before I go to sleep, I might treat myself with some hot cocoa, you know, maybe. But then I was like, no, I'm a fat piece of shit. So, and like I got like 3 minutes before the bus arrived. So at this point I was like, I can either get this cocoa and wait half an hour for the next bus, or I go to the bus and get to sleep. Of course, sleep sounded better at that time, but I didn't realize that I should have taken the cocoa. So I get out. I go to the bus station, which is like right outside. There's like, we have like an arena. It's like an arena for sports, but also mixed in the arena is like this gigantic mall. But, well, gigantic. It's not as gigantic as malls in America, but it's like, for Switzerland standards, a gigantic mall with lots of stores and lots of stuff. And that was where GameStop was. So I get out and the stop was right there. So I get there and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette now. Because I was in the store for so long and started sweating. I was like, I need a cigarette now, and then I'm gonna go to bed and everything's gonna be fine. But no. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. There was no one, that was just the car drove by, but the same exact man and the same exact woman stood by the bus stop. What are the odds? So he was like, he saw me from afar and he was like, get over here. I want to tell you more about the government. It looked like that. Sorry, my camera. My table's not the steadiest, but anyways, he waved me over and I was like, God damn it. Damn you to hell. I went there and I was about to grab a cigarette because now my nerves were a bit cracking. Like, I was scratching a wall inside of my brain that should not be scratched, especially not for someone that has been on sleep deprivation for like 20 hours by now, especially since I sleep very much lately, and I have and then suddenly I didn't sleep much. Hang on, I gotta take. He starts going on about shit, and I was like, there's a bus. And he's like, oh no, I'm going on the same bus as you. Like, I live in the same town as you. I was like, great. Please kill me. So I went into the bus, and of course he was like, oh yeah, me and my wife can sit here and you can sit right next to us. I was like, yeah, that's good. That's good. So I sit down. And he starts going on. And this time, mind you, this time he starts freaking the hell out. Well, not freaking out by talking loudly or something, but as he was talking, he was so finicky. He was like doing this the whole time, like really spastically. And then he was like, at one point, while he was talking to me, he was like this. Yeah. And then I peed my pants. No, that he didn't say that, but that's exactly what happened. And I almost shat my pants. I was like, is this guy on drugs? Is this guy on drugs? Is he paranoid? Is he being hunted? Is he gonna be assassinated, or am I being killed because I sit next to him and he's telling me all these government secrets?